To perfect your 1/4 inch seam, there is a variety of feet and techniques that you can use to really get accurate seams. Now, the main difference is when you start working with triangles. Triangles are the ones that really show whether you have accurate seam allowances, that true 1/4 inch. First off, use thinner thread. Finer threads, even your embroidery thread is thinner. The thinner thread makes it so when you press your fabric open, it doesn't create a lump for that fabric to have to peel over the top of. So that can make a difference. Number 2, you can move your needle position a hair to the right to kind of get that scant 1/4 inch. Now the foot that comes with your machine is the metal 1/4 inch foot with the red line. So the 1/4 inch is right here, and the line that extends to the back is where the edge of your fabric will continue to go. Now sometimes to get a scant 1/4 inch, I will take, even though that hole is small, and move my needle just 1 notch to the right, and that really makes it, makes for me to really get that nice, accurate, kind of finer seam. So when you put that foot on, what you want to do is make sure your fabric is lined up right underneath that line. So as you put that foot down, push it again so that foot lifts up, and then you can move this to the side and get that lined up exactly where you need to be. That's one way. Number 2, if you are using a center or slightly centered straight stitch, you can put on your straight stitch throat plate that came with this machine. That needle will be stabilized as it goes through there, and that's really nice for when you start off. Some of your patterns have you sew corner to corner, and by having you with only that single hole, that corner is not going to get dipped down into that throat plate like sometimes it does when you're working with your regular throat plate. So that's a good option to do. You can also purchase a 1/4 inch foot. I like the plastic one because it has the guide on it. So this would help you stay or keep your fabric easily guided. Sometimes this is good when you're learning how to keep your fabric even, and then you're not having to guess where that line is in conjunction to the edge of the fabric. The blade will keep you hugged up against it. Now, I haven't showed you my favorite one yet. This is the one that I use. This foot is available. It is called a 1/4 inch edge stitching foot. So with this, you use it, well, first off, number 1, you'll have to take your straight stitch throat plate off. When you put this on, you will notice it's just like an A foot with a guide, but it also has that red line scooched over to the side. What this foot is used for is when you go into your stitch menu and you go to your E menu. You'll know it's the one you want because it's the one that has that little 1/4 inch marking, because that's the first stitch in this menu. Select stitch number 1, and it says 1/4 inch. The needle has moved to the needle position that is even with the edge of your foot. Now, even if you don't have this specialty foot with guide, you use this stitch with your A foot, and you can follow right along. So with the edge of the foot, with the edge of your fabric. That is a perfect built-in 1/4 inch stitch. So there's another option for you. But if you go one step further and get this foot, this is heaven. So we have the blade, so we have the guide, so you don't have to always be staring down the edge of the foot. You can kind of daydream a little bit. Lower that down, hug it right in there. And then when you stitch, that red line that's on the foot is also where your needle is stitching. So if you're trying to line up with something, or where your points are coming to, your intersections of your triangle, you'll know you'll go right across them because your red line will follow over the top. You also have the 1/4 inch marks along the side here, so you'll know if you want to start a 1/4 inch in or stop a 1/4 inch from your edge. So lots of options. Find the one that works for you. When you finish your blocks and they are exactly 12.5 inches, you know that you have perfected your 1/4 inch seam allowance.